Today, for the first time, I ended up realizing why life can be so difficult for the average man. The reason why is because I was with my videographer and I was filming some cold approach in the center of Bucharest, right? So we drove down to the center of Bucharest. It took us like 30 minutes to drive down into the center because I'm staying on the outskirts in a beautiful house. And then we did a couple of hours of cold approach, which I filmed, which will be great, which I can't wait to post up on YouTube and then cut up the reels and post them across my platforms on Instagram and on TikTok. They should be quite fun. Sort of showing people how to what to say when you approach a girl, how to dress, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, 2 hours of that, and then we grabbed a quick coffee, and then we got back in the car and drove back kind of during rush hour, and it took us like 45 minutes to get back. So all in all, to film a very short piece of content, which is, I filmed about 10 minutes of video and then I probably filmed about a total of 10 minutes of cold approach, right? But that took 2 hours to set up. All of that, so for about maximum of 20 minutes of content, it took 5 hours out of my day. Literally 5 hours out of the day. Like we left at 11, got back at 4, and then for the last couple of hours, I've been ordering like a wireless microphone, learning all about what the best microphones are, for example, because today we noticed that I bought a microphone and the range wasn't so good. So the range was actually super annoying. So that was like really frustrating. And then you have to come back and then you have to do all this stuff. So actually what I've noticed, and now I'm missing out on the gym. So I'm actually doing, instead of the gym, is smashing out a home workout. So I'm going to play some tunes and I'm going to get down there and do a bunch of different press ups, and then do some tricep dips and try and do as much home workout as I can, which I'm not really used to. I love actually going to the gym, so a home workout is not my everyday thing. But now that I've like run out of time during the day and I'm a little bit mentally exhausted, I've just realized what it's actually like for the average man who has to go to work, who is doing a 9 to 5, is traveling to and from work. Most of you have quite a difficult journey. Most of you are not remote, right? Like I sympathize. It's not fucking easy. We're talking about an hour to work or 45 minutes to work, and then you're at work all that time, and then you've got a quick hour lunch break, and then you're back at the desk, and then you have to fit in the gym, because you need to keep healthy. So I'm now seriously sitting here and thinking like, guys, I get your pain. I see why this ain't easy. Like my investments are now all passive, right? So the investments I purchase now are completely passive. I cannot touch them. I don't have time to build that because I've gone full blown 100% on content. So I need to spend my time doing quality YouTube content. I'm sending stuff to editors, checking the editor's work, posting it on Instagram Reels, looking at different strategies, understanding what the best offer I can put out there is in terms of what products I can start building that will actually genuinely help people, not scam people and just like, market it, sell a $300 course and then no one learns shit out of it. Oh, great, just another online course guru dickhead. There's just way too many of those people. So, I've got a shit ton of stuff to do. So I've put all my heart and soul into this content stuff. But it's easy for me to say because I've now got the time to focus and work on it. And what most guys won't tell you online is that they also have built the revenue streams to be able to buy themselves the time to be able to go to these luxury gyms in Dubai, to be able to travel and have the freedom of time to be able to talk to hot girls and take them out. The average man doesn't have time to do this shit because he's too busy working his 9 to 5 and commuting. And then you got to go to the gym on top of all of that. So if you're not able to cut that time off by going to the gym at lunchtime, for example, telling your boss, you want to do a 45-minute session at lunch, and then you'll grab some food and then you'll eat at the desk, for example, right? So that's a much more efficient way to be able to cut your time so you can actually make the gym and get into good shape. Because you're not only getting into good shape, but you're improving your mind and you'll just be better at work, full stop. So if you're not exercising, your life's going to be shit. That's just simple as that. I don't care what anyone says to me. Daily exercise is absolutely key. Now, I haven't exercised for a couple of days and I don't have that same pizzazz, that same energy that I had beforehand. So daily exercise is key. So what you could do is you could try and do it at lunchtime, for example, and just tell your boss or do some meal prep during the weekend so that you can just quickly have your lunch at the desk just after your session, your gym session, 45-minute gym session, 15-minute lunch, bang, then straight back at work. So that's one thing you could do. Now, you know, you have to find all the little things that you could do to potentially shave off the time, because shit, like there's I know it's overwhelming, guys. I'm not trying to overwhelm you here. That there is a lot to get done, and even like I'm kind of overwhelmed right now with this new business, knowing that I've got a shit ton to do, and like, you know, I'm really starting out from scratch. I'm like very close to 1,000 subscribers. That's a small YouTube channel. Although having said that, I'm now automatically in the top like top 10% of YouTube channels worldwide. So even just getting to 1,000 subs is top 10% of YouTube channels worldwide. So at least that made me feel good. But on top of that, it's like the amount of work required when you're starting a new business is absolutely huge. Look at our little Daisy cat here looking at me. Daisy, say hello to the audience, sweetheart. Aren't you a cutie pie? Anyway, back to the serious stuff. So I get it, man. Like, I seriously get it. Like, this shit ain't easy. I'm actually starting to sympathize with you and not going to sit here and shout at you like the rest of these red pill guys. Like, hurry up, get your ass to the gym. You're an idiot. Start a business. You're a brokey. You're a wagey. Like, all these terms. Like, relax about brokey and wagey, man. Like, I just think this modern world, these modern social media influencers are just making you feel like shit about yourself rather than actually talking you through the process and trying to streamline your life and trying to make things a little bit easier for you, rather than telling you you're a brokey, you're a wagey, you're nothing, I've got a massive sick car and you're all poor. What the fuck, dude? Like, that's not my plan. I'm really actually genuinely trying to think of ways, because I'm in this for the long run, by the way. I'm not in this for a quick hit and run. I need a bit of money. Like, the money's fine. I've got the money. I want to be in this for the long term, like doing this shit every single day for 10 years. That's literally my goal. There is no monetary goal. I'm not thinking once I hit this number, I'm going to stop. There is no number that's going to stop me. I will like keep doing this until I continually get my message across, until I'm dead. And so I'm trying to think of more efficient ways for you guys to win back your time and to be able to live a life like mine, whereby you've got the time and you're not having to commute and do all these kind of long journeys, because, you know, like, that's just going to kill your time. And we have to think of interesting strategies for you to be able to utilize your time. So, for example, you should be like reading or listening to a podcast if you're on the train to work. So if you're on the train to work, it's at that point that I used to sit there and drum up ideas like, how am I going to make money? I'm on the train to work. I've got 30, 40 minutes. I've got all this time. You could sit there and listen to music. But guys, really consider, what business you're going to start. What are you going to build? Like, that's what you need to be thinking. Okay, what am I going to start on the side? Am I going to start this writing thing that I've always wanted to do? Do I want to start this Amazon FBA business? Do I want to sell this product from Alibaba that I really like, this bamboo toothbrush? Or these cool accessories that I really like, these rings that you really like with this cool brand that you've thought about, and you want to build the Shopify store and get it off AliExpress and then start, like, you know, get 200 ordered, specially made, leave them in the house, try and advertise, try and like get the message out there, produce content. So you should be thinking during your commute, what business should I be starting? And how can I like utilize my time? You could also be, like I said, going to the gym at lunchtime. Food-wise is a bit of an issue. Like, food-wise, when you're ordering from Uber Eats and all this other crap, the problem is you're not getting good quality food. And it also, to be honest, guys, like, that costs you a lot of money. Okay, so that costs you a lot of money. Like, ordering out, like, I'm a multi-millionaire and I don't order out because I have a number of reasons why I do that. And you should know that by now. And one of them is that it's much healthier. Sorry, I got a bloody scratchy nose here. Oh, I need to cut my nose hairs in my nose. Getting really itchy. You need to, the reasons why I like cooking at home and being quite quick about it is because it's healthier, it's cheaper, and portion control. I can eat a lot more food for these muscles. I can't rely on restaurant portions. It's just not enough food. If I were to eat at a restaurant every day, so let's just say I eat 2 big meals a day, the amount I have to spend is easily going to be 50 to 80 euros a day on food. And that might not necessarily be healthy food unless I go to the same healthy place every single day. And I'm not that kind of person. I like diversity personally. So for me, what's convenient for my life is to cook quick, healthy food. Okay? Quick, healthy food is what makes sense. Like tonight, I've got some chicken. I'll get some seasoning on it, bang it into the oven, and then And then like I've got some brown rice that's pre-cooked from the other day. I'll put that in the microwave for 2 minutes. Chicken will finish in 20 minutes. So we're talking about like it'll take me 20 to 25 minutes and then 5 minutes to put it all in the dishwasher. That's like 30 minutes for a healthy meal in the evening. That's like solid protein, keep up the muscles and like, okay, fine. I could order it off Uber Eats. That would take me a few minutes. Then it gets here, then I need to eat it. Okay, that will cut about 15, 20 minutes of cooking time. Fair enough. But I'm not doing anything while the chicken's in the oven, you know? So, like, you've just got to think about all the possible ways that you can streamline your life in order to buy your time back. And this is like a big deal for me, trying to think about it on your behalf. Like, how do you buy your time back in order to have the same kind of time that I have in this life and to be able to work on the things you actually want to work on? Because I was just like you. I wasn't a rich kid. I worked a 9-to-5 job. And then in my spare time, I had to think about, okay, how am I going to make money? Like, how am I going to leave this job? And then, so while I was at that job, I was thinking about different businesses to start. So I was literally using the time at work to work out what businesses to start. I was using the commuting time as well to read and learn and think, right, how am I going to start this agency? And then, you know, on the weekends, I just wasn't going out as much. So unfortunately, there's a sacrifice to be made. Ultimately, that's the truth. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, then you will not get the things that you want. Because all of us did have to sacrifice. Unless you're some rich kid or you came from some rich family and you know, they've bought you your time. But I don't recommend that anyway, because most rich kids I know are not doing much with their lives. It's the ones that actually have to work hard and build it out of nothing who are getting places. Especially now, at my age, in the mid-30s, you get to see the who's who's. And most of the guys who made it rich and who are doing really well are the guys that didn't come from much, actually. So fear not, you know. If you didn't come from a rich family, it's all good. So you've got to think about ways where you could buy your time again. We talked about the gym is something you could try and do at lunchtime. Yes, you could wake up earlier. I do advise that. To be honest, I don't like waking up too early. The earliest I wake up is like 7:30 a.m. I try and sleep from like 11 p.m. midnight to 7 or 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., which gives me 7 to 8 hours of sleep. To be honest, I need 8 hours of sleep. That's just the way my body operates. I train hard in the gym, and then I like my 8 hours and I just feel refreshed. Any less than that, I don't feel refreshed. That's just what works for me. And again, the idea of this is to try and make life more suitable for you according to your situation, right? So I hope this video was helpful in terms of you trying to think about how to win back your time. I've really thought about this today because, like, you know, I filmed a couple of hours of content. Took me 4 or 5 hours to film. 20 minutes of content I'm going to get today. Took me 5 hours in total. From the driving there, to the filming, to the microphone running out of battery, to reloading up the microphone, to getting a coffee break, and then to like driving back in rush hour. The shit took me 5 hours. So that's not working smart, by the way. And my philosophy is always work smart, not work that hard. Like, oh, I've had such a long day, I worked so hard. Yeah, what did you actually get done? So, you know, I may have worked hard for 5 hours today, or like ran around town for 5 hours in central Bucharest, cold approaching some beautiful women, which by the way went really well. So that was quite fun. I'm definitely going to do more of that and film it. And in the hope that it would teach people how to do the same thing, or at least give them the confidence to do the same thing. Well, there were obviously certain techniques that I used. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, you know, there was obviously more streamlined ways I could have done that. So I now need to think about it. And, you know, this is giving you how I think. But I now need to streamline the way I've done that. That took too long. I can't spend that kind of time. So what I've actually done, and unfortunately this required me spending money, is I have bought a much better wireless microphone, okay, the DJI, like 300 euros, $350. So it's like top notch, 15 hours battery, 250 meter range, compared to the cheap shitty one I bought like last week, which didn't work so well. So now I've got a much better microphone, much better range. My videographer could stand at a much more like of a distance, 15 hours. So I can just like bang it all out in 2 hours and get like 30, 40 minutes of solid content. With not the fear of being caught by my videographer, because there was a couple of times today that the girl actually noticed that someone was filming me, and obviously they hate that. You know, you don't ever want to be caught doing cold approach. So that clocked me, and that screwed me. So I had to actually fix that and streamline that by buying a more expensive wireless mic and being like, cool, I'm going to buy this wireless mic. It's going to buy me more time and it's going to make much more sense for me and I can work smarter. So unfortunately, sometimes you do have to spend the money to streamline the process and to be able to buy your time back so you can produce work faster and work smarter. Not necessarily work harder. It's not about the number of hours you put in. Okay? So that's just an example of the way I'm doing it. I've also rented a car. I'm going to do a home workout tonight, but I've now rented a car so I can drive to the nearest gym instead of getting an Uber back and forth. You know, like getting an Uber, by the time I've pressed the button, that's going to waste my time. I actually worked out that renting a car was cheaper than getting an Uber back and forth to the gym. Plus, I want to go to the gym as often as I possibly can. So now I've got a car so I can do so. And it was like super cheap to rent a car in Romania, by the way. It cost me 50 euros to rent a car in Romania. That's not including all the insurance stuff. But I get the insurance stuff with Chase Sapphire Reserve, the credit card, which gives me insurance on all the car rental stuff, right? So like, I'm just giving you an example of like how I structure my life, how I design my life, how it's supposed to look for me, and how I'm trying to streamline it, and how like I'm trying to buy my time back consistently because I'm trying to run this business now, which is a new business. It's going to take a shitload of time. I'm going to have to do this every day for the rest of my life, which I'm happy to, because don't start something that you're not willing to do every single day. And this is why I really press on about don't do businesses that are boring to you and that don't make sense, because you're going to lose, because someone else out there is more interested in it and will keep going when there are obstacles. So I hope you found this video useful in terms of like buying back your time and thinking about ways to streamline your life and streamline your processes so that you can potentially leave that 9-to-5 job of yours, so you can get to the gym, so you can get fit, because those are the priorities, right? Like, guys, let's not forget, like my philosophy, and I built this course called Money Muscles Mindset, is all about making more money, building muscle, and being in good shape, which also in regards to that's also to do with like diet and nutrition, right? So it covers the whole thing. And mindset is kind of all about, mindset is about dating and confidence and charisma. Okay, so that's what mindset covers. So money, muscles, mindset, like those are the most important things to a man. I want to be rich. I want to be muscular and ripped and be in good shape. And I want the right mindset. I want to be healthy. I want to be spiritual. I want to be happy. I want to have the right people around me. What more do I need in that life? What more do I need? Those are the primary aspects. Anyway, I enjoyed making this video, as I enjoy making loads of the videos. To the guys, I will get back to the comments. I'm sorry, I do read your comments. I don't always have time to get back to it. I've got a shitload of work on these days. I'm like trying to, I'm like posting across all the different platforms. I have this team, this agency in India, which is chopping up all my edits. I've got this videographer now in Bucharest. I've got a videographer in Budapest when I get back. I've got these podcasts. I'm sending people like different messages. My podcast for Rob Lipset is still in editing. I had to send some feedback that's coming out soon. So shit's getting exciting for me because I'm moving. I'm actually like moving at a faster pace. I've got a lot going on. I am putting the time in. I have to put the time in, but I'm also paying and trying to streamline the service. Paying a videographer, paying a third person to actually follow me around is a game changer. My friends are not going to do it, and I'm not going to hold the camera the whole time. Like, you know, I'm holding the camera right now, great, but I also want to give a third person perspective on my videos. And then also the agency are the ones that are chopping up all my edits. I'm not going to edit my videos. Are you mad? That would take me ages. That's not working hard. That's dumb. So hopefully there's some new AI that comes out that streamlines all this stuff, but no AI is going to hold my phone when I'm doing cold approach. No AI is going to be, I was at the club with my videographer on Saturday because I wanted to catch more lifestyle content. So I'm documenting my journey. I'm trying to do all this shit. I'm trying to explain it all to you guys as well. To the people that are consistently commenting, I know you, I see you, you're absolute legends. I love you guys. I will get back to your comments. I try and get back to all my comments on my YouTube. Thank you for being there. You guys are the first, I'm at 952 subscribers, looking forward to getting to 1,000 and building it up slowly. This stuff takes time. Your life will take time to improve. It's okay. I get frustrated. I get pissed off. Don't we all? I'm a multimillionaire with a six-pack and I get frustrated. So it's all good, brothers. We all get frustrated. All the top boys in the world are still frustrated because they're trying to improve and they keep going. My boy Justin Waller lost his YouTube account the other day because they associated him with Tate, saying that he was representing and trying to advertise the real world. So they were like, oh, Andrew Tate's trying to basically use you. So now I might talk to my friends at Google to see like if they can do anything, but they can't because it's super high level stuff. So imagine that, right? Justin Waller built his subs up to, 300,000-400,000? The guy was killing it on YouTube. And now he's got his YouTube taken away from him because of his association with Andrew Tate. Don't you think he's stressed and pissed off? Yeah, he is. Of course he is. Because ambitious men want to keep going and they never want to stop. And they're frustrated. They're equally frustrated. So we're all in this together, my friends. And I hope this video has helped you about streamlining your life. And I'll keep you updated with more stuff from Bucharest, more content coming out from me. If it's helping you, great. If it's not, tell me what kind of content you want and how I can help you. All right? Peace out, brothers.